pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Haycock. Ms. Lord present. Ms. Betty Johnson here. Ms. Fred Gill.
Yep.
Mr. Gordon. Mayor.
First item on the agenda is public comment. We invite anyone who would like to make a comment concerning any item that is on the agenda. Thank you. Approve the minutes of the March meeting.
I so move. And then approve the minutes of the March meeting.
Been properly moved and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Record reflect that unanimously approved. Maya Meyer.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I got a fairly short one, it's long, it's 2 pages, but I'll be quick on each one. The water main relocation project, of course, council knows, we awarded that project a special call meeting back on March 26th. The contracts are being executed now, and we expect Womack & Sons to be in construction on that project in early next month. The total base bid, just for everybody's reminder, is $220,790. The 2015 street improvements started advertising it. This is in the paper last Wednesday. We're going to open bids on that on May 14th. So we're progressing along. The total estimated construction cost on that is about $1.5 million, in which both the city, the street improvements and the water main relocation are coming out of the city sales tax. The 8th Street Bicycle Trail, we finally got a little bit of weather, and the contractor was able to come in and finish that last little bit of asphalt work he had to do up there by the Ford dealership. I believe he still got the striping. I was running a little bit late, I didn't get to run over and take a look at it, but I think he still got the striping left to do on that.
Needs re-swiping.
Sorry?
It needs re-swiping.
Yes, ma'am, he's coming back in to correct some of that he had done before.
Ms. Betty was just telling us that there might be some problems that's happening down on the Adams Brothers end. It looks like it's washing away.
The striping that because we had to, we originally had thermoplastic striping in that project because of it came in out of budget. To reduce the cost on the project, we went from thermoplastic striping to just a regular painted striping on there. It really doesn't hold up as well. I mean, if you look, all of the striping on the center line striping in all the streets in Winsboro right now is just regular painted on striping, just like we're using here. But that the interior white stripe is what you're seeing. People are, kind of shading that direction and running over it. It doesn't hold up as well to the traffic striping. That's something we're going to have to look at in the future. Is if it's going to have a lot of heavy traffic loading on top of it or frequent traffic, we're going to have to go to the thermoplastic striping there. So that is an issue. I'm aware of it. There's just not a whole lot we can do. We tried to reduce the cost of the project, and that's exactly what you pay for on that one. The Adams and Common Sidewalk Project, the plan and hand meeting, we had that last week, April 15th. We're trying to expedite that process as much as possible, even though we haven't got the official comment letter from DOT. We've already started working on some of the changes. We know we're going to come down. So hopefully we can get that one turned around pretty quick. And then lastly, I talked last month about submitting an application to the Safe Routes to School program to do some sidewalks on Polk Street. And that application was submitted. I'd like to thank Alice. I know she's not here tonight, but she was a lot of help on getting that application in. So that's all I have. Do y'all have any other questions for me? Thank you.
Thank you. What is your pleasure?
Move to accept the report as given.
Properly moved
Second.
and second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Let the record reflect that it's unanimously approved. Airport manager report, Mr. Farrington, Reverend Farrington is not here this evening. He couldn't be here for, he didn't say why, but he said that he wouldn't be able to make it. Public Works monthly report.
Thank you, Mayor. First thing I'd like to do on my report, I'd like Mr. Philip Robinson to come stand as well. He has something to present to the town and citizens of the town. And I'll let him bring that to y'all, explain what it is and everything.
Thank you, boss. In 1986, I joined Northeast Regional Lieutenant Conference on water, wastewater, and industrial waste. Every year, we do a water taste contest, and that's kind of self-explanatory. It's judged on the taste of the water, the color of the water, and the clarity of the water, and odor. And up until a few years ago, until we got this new water system, I didn't even submit a water sample. Since that time, I have submitted several. We have won the region 5 times. And when you win the region, you compete against other systems in Northeast Louisiana. One of the other systems, Shinny Drew, has got a new water system like we did, and they give us a pretty good stiff competition now. When you win the region, you qualify to go to the state and conference, and we have won that. This past March in Alexandria, we won it as best tasting water in the state of Louisiana for the 4th time. No other water system in the state of Louisiana that I know of has won it 4 times. And I'm working on setting a record that it's going to be almost impossible for anybody to break before I leave here. They also do what is called a beauty contest. And Greg Gill, before you say anything, there's nowhere in the world I can get a beauty contest. So, but what that is they judge our sewer effluent, the discharge from the sewer plant, and they judge it on clarity and odor. And that's what they call a beauty contest. They have had that contest for 6 years now, 7 years now, excuse me. We didn't win it the first year because we didn't know about it. Since then, we've won it 5 times in the region. We've also won it 4 times in the state. So we've got, not only do we have the best tasting water, we've got the prettiest sewer water. And this, last year at state convention, I was nominated for officer at large for the state board. And also lady, Patrice Chenevere from Alexandria was nominated. She beat me out. I did not have a problem with that. She works really well. She's very hardworking, very nice lady. Back in October of this year, Camille Mize, our past chair for the state, called me up. She said, we had one of our officers to resign. Would you be interested in fulfilling that post? I said, sure. She said, all right, I'll call you back in a little bit, let you know we're going to have a vote for it a little bit. Didn't think, didn't even cross my mind. After I got off the phone, I said, I might better should have asked what this was going to be before I done this. Well, she sent me a text back in about an hour. She said, be sure to be at the Alexandria conference. You are now the new secretary on the state board. So I fulfilled that obligation by going to the conference at the annual meeting there, and also at the state awards banquet meeting. And at the state of Warren's Bank, every year, we have to elect new officers. And usually what happens is all the officers that are on the board move up one space. And I said, well, I'm the new man on here, they're not gonna do anything with me. Wrong. I went from secretary to vice chair. And next year I will go to chair-elect. The year after that, I will go to chairman. I am the only person from Winsboro to ever be elected, nominated to or elected to the state board. When I told the mayor, he was very excited about it. I told him, I said, now Mayor, this is going to consist of me having to go to some meetings throughout the year all over the state. He said, you do whatever you got to do, I'm behind you 100%. So Mayor, thank you for your support. And that's all I have for tonight.
I got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
What do we need to do to get this to the LMA conference? You know, those people are always there, they're getting these awards every year.
Yes, ma'am.
And I knew we were doing something in Williamsburg,
Yes, ma'am.
which would, but this, four times, best tasting, most beautiful.
Yes, ma'am.
Clerk, we need to get that information to Baton Rouge, to the LMA, and at our next conference, Winsboro needs to be in the house,
Okay.
all of us.
Yes, ma'am.
You say the word, give me the time and date.
Thank you.
I'll be there.
Thank you. And I know Miss, she's getting it, Franklin Son's getting it.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Phil.
Very excited.
I let y'all know that it takes a lot of hard work out of these guys to do what they come up with out there. I'm really thankful to have a man such as Phil Robinson for the city, for plus working under me. The diligence he puts in and the effort he puts in with everything, he goes wholehearted. He's a true blue city one for a Thank you very much.
Thanks, Paul.
Council got, we did bring it up last month, and went on agenda with the condemned houses. We don't want this to slip by, but we have not got anybody to contact us on any of the houses. So at this point, I believe we're at the step to where we can notify these folks and tell them we're ready to demolition these houses. And y'all ready for us to move forward on this step.
We've taken all the proper steps and
So far, we have.
who's ready?
Yes, sir.
What is your pleasure? Do we need, as part of this report is the recommendation of the demolition, so when you approve this report, you'll be approving that also. Take the next step.
Mayor, I move that we accept the Public Works monthly report and the condemnation of the houses.
So properly moved and second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Let the record reflect. Unanimously approved. Thank you. Fire Chief, monthly report.
Thank you, Mayor. Top of the page here, we've had kind of a slow period right now, which has been good for us. Private dwellings or homes, we have 3 in town. Grass and brush fires, we've been having a lot of rain here lately, and we've been slow on that. We've had one, we responded to one rescue call. We had a call to the Winsboro High School where they was having concession stand. One business, and actually one helicopter assist. Like I said, everything's been kind of on a slow basis here lately. 3 fire alarms in town, 2 out. Let's see down here at the bottom. We have 2 miscellaneous. That's helping the city with the streets and culverts and stuff like that. Within town total of 11, out of town total of 6. for this period right now, we've had 17 calls, with a total of 90 current for the year. And all of our training, we still proceeding with that, getting them in certified. We just had one test. We've got another test date scheduled. Matter of fact, we were working on getting them signed up now to get certified. And we're constantly working with some paid guys to try to get them that we can go, get them certified up to date. That's all I got.
Thank you. In addition to this monthly report, here's my recommendation for the new fireman for the city of Winsboro. He has really, literally hit the ground running in that position. Made several changes. One of the real eye-catching things, if you look at all of our vehicles now, you see that they're all marked and colored. He's really interested actively in the training of personnel and making every effort that is possible to get all of our personnel certified. A certified fireman means additional points when on the rating system. So I'm recommending Sammy Byrne as our next chief of fire.
And I would be absolutely delighted to make that motion.
Thank you, ma'am.
Second.
Been properly moved and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I'm sorry. And thank you very much. That's why you're clerk. We'd like to start Sammy off at the former two chiefs for rating of 50. What is it?
And Willard's, he wants, his recommendation also includes promoting him up to Willard's pay, Mr. Willard's pay.
I'll put that in.
Okay. Okay. All in favor? Aye. Thank you very much.
Mayor, if I may here, I want to really thank you for the opportunity and council for giving me this opportunity with everybody. And I'm going to try my best. Because that's one thing I'm going to try to do is push training, stay on top of our equipment and things like that. I want to see us grow along with everything else in the town. And I really appreciate your vote of confidence on me. I thank you all.
Thank you, Sammy. Chief.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. From the month of 3/16 to the month of 4/19, criminal charges had a total of 60 for the year, 163. Traffic charges for the month of 86, total for the year, and now is 352. Highway accidents, we had 10. Parking lot, we had 9. The total of those 19. Cost of service for the year is so far 667 calls. That's all I need.
What is your pleasure?
I move that we accept the Winsboro Police Department monthly report.
Been properly moved and second. All in favor? Opposed? Let the record reflect that unanimous. Humane Officers Monthly Report.
Thank you, Bill. Number of dogs adopted, 10, need 9, 10 for the year, claim 3, 4 for the year, foster 5, 11 for the year, Monroe 5, 5 for the year, 2 to C, 2 for the year, new dogs 12 for the month, total 936, 550 pounds of dogs, 24 in the pen, 50 for the year. Total in the pen now 24, miscellaneous 1, which was a snake. So I made it drive. Still a garden snake, but I still had to fight.
Is that awesome?
Yeah.
Really good, isn't it?
Second.
Been properly moved and second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Let the record reflect that it's unanimously approved. Community Monthly Report.
We had 4 events, one each weekend. In March, we had a teenager's 17th birthday party, benefit concert, and 2 wedding receptions. And also, we got Shiny New Floors. So if I'm not mistaken, he'll be here every month to tend to the floors, because no matter how hard they mop them and clean them after an event, they were just very, very dull. So,
The floor will, he will come back whenever needed.
okay.
If we have an event, then he will come back in and do the floor. And while we're on that, I just want to kind of give him a pat on the back, because you can go in any room in this building and the floors will look just like you go into the kitchen, and it is spotless. Closet, shelves, on top of the shelf. He has really went out to do a great job. And I'm very, very pleased with it. I've had him to go ahead and do this initially, for an opportunity for the council to observe, the work that he has done. And agreeing with it, we will pay him whenever he be on call. We will pay him $1,200, for that to keep the floor and all.
That's a month or each time.
If we don't have a function that month and the floor isn't needed, he won't be here at all. So there won't be any expense on that.
And he told us how to take care of it, so I don't foresee it being that widely used. I think the only thing that we have coming up next month are wedding receptions. So, and they're no parties or anything like that, so it's generally low traffic events, still, being in and out, and so not a big deal.
Who's going?
Mr. Daly, that is the name of his business. He's base station out of Ruston.
You did say that it's 1,200 a month.
No, just as needed.
Okay, 1,200, but if he comes 3 times a month, it's 1,200.
Right, he'll come whenever we call.
How often do you think we'll need it?
It is probably usually between February and up to May, it's like our high traffic rental time. And like I said, we don't have any parties or anything that's gonna be really, or it's gonna be any big high traffic on the floor. It's just, mostly, they're all wedding receptions, actually, that are coming up, next month. So I don't foresee it being, doing next month, as long as we take care of it, as you told us, and said, the only thing we could market with was dollars. So, that we, I don't, and then, June, I think there are 2 events in June, so, and one in July. So maybe after we get through with all those big events, maybe sometime in August, why it's a lull to come in and get out.
So there's a possibility that we might need this mic, and I know that it depends on wear and tear, but maybe 3-4 times a year, this guy might need to come in and redo and make this thing look.
Right.
It's not something that we're gonna
Right. You have
need, you know, just because we had a busy month in August, doesn't necessarily mean that this guy's got to come,
Right,
does it?
right.
That's true.
Yeah.
It'd just be, as I say, the floors have gotten kind of dull, we had a lot of events, this time getting them in short. Maybe 3 or 4 times.
I move that we accept the community center report and also the cleaning of the building. That is today.
Been properly moved.
Whatever, as needed.
It's been properly moved. And second, all in favor, say aye.
Who, second?
Opposed? Let the record reflect that unanimously approved. Monthly financial report.
How you doing, Ms. Kay? Okay. Okay. I think everyone received them on time, right? Okay. I gave everyone new reports with the binders on. We were kind of, Wednesday, we were kind of, busy, so I sent them out to you in a normal folder. But make sure you got your good pretty binders back.
But it's the same, right?
Well, I have 2 things I want to point out. Go to your expenses and general fund, page 3. AT&T is a double posting. On your corrected ones, you do see that change. That's a memorized transaction, and it popped up twice. If you look at your new ones with the binders on, you do see where that is.
Page 30.
Yeah, expense detail by account general fund.
Page 3.
And as far as the numbers, that's the only one that's gonna change, but on page 5, I'm just gonna bring to your attention, expense detail, that last posting for 10158, that was for a sensor for truck number 14. They had to order that part, that's what that is for. On your previous report, it memorized the first line and title when you do journal entries, which was a QuickBooks for $27 or something. And so it flagged everything for QuickBooks, but that's actually for a sensor for truck number 14, and that's in your new report with the binder. Other than that, that is all. It's the only difference between the ones you received Wednesday and the ones you have now. And as far as where we stand, our expenses are still high in general fund. On page 1 of profit and loss budget versus actual, your finance income, that number is still slightly off, but they haven't reported all of the incomes yet. Ms. Mandy from City Court used to report those sometimes it's every 2 months or about a quarter, so that's why that one is slightly off. The transfer and sales tax fund, we're still waiting for the reimbursement of $172,000. We had not received that yet, but again, Mr. Heath is still working with me to try to get that money. So that is a large portion of us being off in the general fund. That $172,000, large number that has a lot to do with it. Page 2, profit and loss budget versus actual. The coroner fees, I'm sorry. We're trying to wait that out to see just how much of a change we possibly have to make towards the end of the year to deal with the coroner fees. The revised statute has changed, the law, the board has changed. In the past, we only paid, I don't know if it was just per person that, you know, in the city limit that passes or whatever, but now we also, the change of revised statute said we have to pay for the body bags, we pay for the transportation, we pay for the autopsy. All those charges are now new and they're in, you know, the city has to pay those. And so now we have to look at, just when you get towards the end of the fiscal year to see if we would probably have to amend that. And then as well for next year, when we do our budget, to keep that in mind so that we can budget the appropriate amount.
There's a bill in Baton Rouge, the coroners are asking for more money per case too. So
They're still asking for more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
so you want to do that.
So that's the deal with recordings. That's it. Any questions for me?
Did you realize that the profit and loss versus actual sales tax?
You look in your binding,
Do I?
you look in your new binding report,
What'd you say?
the profit and loss versus actual and sales tax, you should be in your binding copy.
Expense detailed by account? Income detailed by account? Profit and loss?
I can give you my copy because I have one. But as well, it's not going to, your income is not going to show for this month, Mr. I think his name is
Joe.
Joe, he did bring that income in late again. So you won't show your sales tax income, and sales tax income. Till next month.
How much did it bring in?
But it was 2 something. This was late with it again. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's 200 something out. Yes, sir. But he didn't bring it in until after, was it spring break they were out for? He brought it in after spring break, so that was after the, so it'll show next month. And your request, Ms. K, while I'm in it, we are working on your request. So we have not forgotten about you. Ma'am, you're right, you ain't gonna let me. Yes, ma'am.
Us moving from a city to a town, how is that affecting us financially?
Right now, it hasn't affected us at all right now. But eventually, if the governor says that letter back saying we have to do it, it's gonna hit us a pretty good penny, because we have to change all the signs. You know, everything, it's gonna be pretty expensive. Everything that has city would have to be changed to town.
Another area, the LGAP grant, where we were receiving 50,000. Now we'll only receive 35.
actually, Ms. K, we're right on time. We're actually now at the beginning of April. I was waiting. Yes, ma'am. And it looks like we're gonna be too good in sales tax on our transfer. Once we get that reimbursement, we won't have to do another transfer, so what's actually the balance in there now, we won't have to transfer for the month of, for the, month of May. That will be the transfer, so we want to transfer ahead. When we do this new, when we do this new budget, Ms. K, we're gonna try to create some new line items for the ones, what we do negative and positive out, in and out.
You got deposits and expenses and deposits. Reimbursement of guard.
For guard, reimbursement for guard, some of those reimbursements you just asked me about, that's what it's been done. Where you, what page you on?
All of the charges and adjustments, that's in the water.
Are you in utility fund? Yes, that's all your utility bill and come out of enhanced software system that's put in. Yes, that's what it is, utility fund, that's your, transfer to general ledger report that's taken out of enhanced and put into QuickBooks.
Should I see these numbers somewhere else?
In the, what section are you in now?
In the water income?
The income, you might see it in your profit and loss, your overall. It's the same, every month, your total, water, sewer, all that, it comes out of income. Those are all the same number, the same report. You haven't seen that many before.
Not that many.
It might be good. I'm talking page 1 on income. Detail, by account and physical. And it might be good if we got it corrected, you know, the error. So you see more is a good thing, right? On income anyway.
Well, it is, we have positives and negatives mixed together.
But that's how the report prints out, it's always been like that.
I always done that. I mean, it's just not, I mean, you got debits and you got credits, and they don't go in the same place.
You have to just get everybody to really change that, because that's just how it's been done for the longest. I mean, why it's done that way, I don't know, but that's how the report prints out with enhanced, and that's how you just take that one report, it's like you copy and you paste it to get your numbers to wash out. You take it strictly out of enhanced like that, and just put it in QuickBooks like that. I mean, enhanced actually prints out with the numbers, the account number, to tell you how to post it into QuickBooks. And that number, you know, pops up in the right account in QuickBooks.
In the profit and loss, we show a net income of profit 48,000. And the detail we show a loss of 125,000.
Where you at? What report? What number?
Utilities. I'm not being, all of them don't have no numbers.
Profit and loss?
See that?
Page 4, you talking about?
Yeah. Budget versus actual?
The utilities fund, expense detail by
Oh, that's the profit and loss, that's why I
on
want
page 4. The very bottom line is net income, 125,000. But on the utility system.
And the loss was really.
Negative, yeah.
Yeah.
But on the profit and loss statement, it shows a positive 48,000.
Budget versus actual or regular?
Regular profit and loss shows a positive. Utilities. positive 48,000.
So total expense is 125,958. And your net income is 48,164.
Right, but then on the utility system expense detail on page 4, it shows the net income to be a negative 125,000.
On that very bottom line, probably because looking at, if you look at it, it's two lines side by side, it's showing you the balance is 125,958. And it's picking up the expense of 125,958. So like you said, it's just picking up two numbers and washing it out, making it show a negative or whatever. But if you look at the top line, the total expense, it shows you a positive 125,958.
But you see where the 48,000 comes from, right?
But I'm still not real comfortable with all of the negative and positives that we have going on. That's why I keep mentioning them.
That's fine, that's fine. It's just, I don't know, like I said, it's always been done that way. And we need everybody to agree to go in and change it. But that's just like on city court salaries. When we pay the salaries, it comes out of hours we pay. It's, you know, it's a good number. When they give us reimbursement, they're paying us back for their portion that they're paying. It's deposited right back into that same line item so we can get our credit, show our money back. I mean, it's just the way Roxy and always had it set up. It's always been done that way. But if, you know, if you and the council and the mayor can, you know, agree to, for us to do it separate and set up new line items for all of them, hey, it's no problem doing it.
And I think in order to have a true and accurate account of the financial situation of the city of Williamsboro, that's going to have to be done at some point in time. You know, if we're going to be able to look at a financial report and see what our income is versus our expenditures, we're going to have our expenditures with our expenditures and our income with our income.
Like I say, you just, I don't have a problem doing it, y'all tell me to do it, but they've been looking at it like that for years, and they probably been used to looking at it like that, because it's been like that from these Roxy days and, you know, on forward, so they're used to looking at it that way, so if they want to, you know, change it.
Carrie, you talking about just a summary, where you said, we took in this much, and we spent that much, or you want to break down detail where you take every department like it's always been done?
But
You want like an overall summary, like we took in this much this month, and we spent this much?
She wanted to separate it, like I was, the example I was giving, like the city court, you know, we write their check, we pay them. It'll, say for instance, show we paid Craig Gill $500. Well, when it's time for them to reimburse their portion, they'll send us a check back for $250. Well, the way it was always set up, you put that $250 right back where they paid that $5 out, so it's showing a plus and a minus. But she don't want it to show like that, she wants to show, you know, separate.
well, I've been keeping books for a lot of years, and I had never put income and expenses in the same category. And they don't go together.
Sounds like a great task for the finance committee.
We're on the finance committee.
Okay?
Y'all work it out, okay?
Yeah, we have no problem doing it, y'all can agree and tell us to do it.
Mayor said he don't have a problem, work it out.
I mean, just really like to be, not all our problems, but then,
Who's on the finance?
Hey, Rick. Hey, Rick.
They work it out.
I mean, now's a good time to get ready to do a new budget, create all line items, you know, we have to.
Yeah.
Don't be the perfect time. If, you know, I didn't do.
May ask some of the veterans that old timers used to be clerks like
Bill Murphy.
to maybe give some suggestions or something.
Come on, Bill, give us a little suggestion. y'all can work out with finance committee and get Kate on board.
And it probably will be easier, it's nothing wrong with stuff, you know, it's out our hands, whatever y'all, you know, y'all have to look at the report, and whatever y'all tell us to do at this point, how y'all want it done.
It's still like you should look at it, give it your picture of vision.
Come up with something.
What is your pleasure?
Move to accept the finance report.
Second.
Properly moved and second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed?
All the questions you said.
I'll make them this motion.